Yo, Lady Gamer 34 here, and once again, today I am gonna be reading, this, okay, I am gonna continue reading I Dare You, a MiniCat fanfiction. This is part 4. Where did I put my glasses? I just have my glasses right here next to me. Who cares? So yeah, we're gonna be continuing this. Author's notes. No excuses, I still suck at keeping a constant schedule. Hope you all enjoy part 4 of I Dare You. 2 hours later, he realized the guys weren't coming back for a long time. Tyler sat up, rubbing at the back of his head and yawning. Hunger was beginning to gnaw at him, and he finally decided to leave the room in search for something to quill on. It's supposed to be quill on, like eat. Stepping out to the large living room, he instantly noticed the lack of certain someone who should have been there. Biddy. When no one answered, he pulled out his phone and tapped in the ginger's number. It wasn't like him to just disappear without telling anyone. A sound erupted from the couch as he leaned over it to see his friend's phone lying there. Its screen lit up with his name on it. He scooped up a small object, rolling his eyes. "Where did you go, you stupid fuck?" He hung up and watched as the screen changed to show he had received a text from Evan. Feeling just a bit nosy, he tapped in the password. Of course, it was his birth year. I don't do that. I don't have a password. We're just stupid. Which I want a password, but it's not gonna be my birth date. And tapped his messages. It seemed as though Craig had gotten into a very long and intense conversation with Vanos that had ended with him complaining about a headache that just wouldn't go away. Ignoring the top messages, he knew he'd feel guilty later. Tyler looked at the end of their conversation. The last text had been from Evan nearly an hour ago, telling him to just relax and find a way to distract himself. Distract himself? A noise, though distant, caught his attention, and he looked towards it. He could just make out one of the beach's mini bars. This one seemed more alive than usual, and he could make out the loud music that would no doubt pouring from its speakers. Oh no. A trek across the sand was easy when one was panicked. Tyler couldn't help but noted as he approached the loud beach bar. He wasn't quite sure why he was panicked, or that the faster Minnie was with him, the faster the ginger would be safe from any of the scenarios. Some of it far-fetched, to be honest, that were currently running through his head. Sorry if I can't read, okay? It's not a thing for me. He found himself in front of the bar and couldn't help but order something. Giving the menu a quick look over, he ordered a shot that's name told him later he couldn't remember it, and downed it. He hissed as the spicy liquid slid down his throat. The taste of cinnamon lingered in his mouth, and he couldn't help but order one more and knock that one down as well. Ignoring the sultry look the bartender gave him, he paid his tab and continued to look for his target. Minnie! 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 Turning his head towards the chanting, he caught the side of the ginger hair and began to push his way through the crowd. Minnie wasn't old enough to drink. If he was caught underage drinking, he knew what they would do to him. He watched as the ginger held up a shot, making the crowd burst into cheer, and knocked it down. His cheeks were red and his brown eyes were alight with happiness, and he almost felt bad when he reached forward to grab his arm. "What? Tyler, take a shot with me." No, I forgot the voice already. No. I forgot. No, come on. No, come on. He began to pull Greg away, the younger male pulling. I don't want to. Come on, my friend. Yeah, someone called. Don't ruin his fun. Tyler turned around and glared. You don't. Can't do this. Sheesh. You don't tell me what to do, motherfucker. Besides, if anyone has a problem, I won't hesitate to turn you all in for giving alcohol to a minor. When no one made no further protests, he nodded and pulled the gin. Oh, hi.
Just come down and hang out with everybody.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I was fine. No, you weren't. No one could have roofied you. They know who you are. So what? So what? So what? When do we ever get the chance to drink with our fans? None of them are old enough. The elder stopped and placed his hands on the ginger's shoulders. You aren't old enough? If you get caught for underage drinking, they could possibly send you back to London. Besides, what if something had happened to you, huh? I mean, we wouldn't be able to find you. The look he received me. Kitty. Hi, Kitty. Kitty. She was rubbing on my leg. Made his heart shudder, and a feeling he was familiar with to ignite in his stomach. He had to be careful. Whatever had been in those shots were stronger than he had realized, and things were getting a bit hazy. When arms wrapped around his neck, he barely kept himself from returning the embrace wholeheartedly. Minnie's eyes were playful and happy as he shot the other a grin that seemed innocent, but oh God, he could feel something tighten in his gut and knew his body thought it was something entirely different. Tyler, can I ask you a question? He was only half paying attention as his hands finally broke free from the other mental position and wrapped around the ginger's waist. Holding a guy wasn't that much different than holding a girl. It was just less curve and more muscle. Can you kiss me? His brain stopped and tried to compute the words kiss. He wanted him to. What? Okay, so maybe he had been hoping to see something more intelligent than that, but hey, it wasn't his fault. Those 2 shots he had ordered on his own free will were to blame. Taking his silence as a bad thing, Craig began to stumble over his explanation. You don't have it. It's just advanced air got me thinking about some things, and I just wanted to know what it was like. First time was kind of weird and awkward, so I thought maybe we could try again. The latter laughed. Besides, I won't remember tonight anyways. Might as well make the best of it. Am I right? He found himself nodding. It made sense. He was curious, drunk, and overly trusting. The perfect time to finally get his kiss that he had been waiting for. But to be completely honest, he had wanted that kiss when they were both sober and wanting it. If Minnie did happen to retain some memory of tonight, he would hate him for be curious to ask why he asked Tyler in the first place. Nevertheless, he found himself leaning forward and sealing their lips together. There was that shock again, the kind that warmed him from head to toe, but this time it was so stronger and evoked a feeling in him that had him shifting in hopes of keeping the younger from noticing. One more drink. Had he ordered one more drink, he would have not hesitated to deepen the kiss and pull the ginger towards the house from something that would bring nothing but regrets the morning afterwards. But instead he pulled away, leaning forward to peck those lips again before pulling away entirely. It seems as though whatever he had felt had been too much for Minnie to collapse against the other. Shit, he grunted and picked him up, carrying him down the beach, just a short way to the beach house. When he had the other laid in bed, he snatched a pillow off his side, realizing that in order to survive the night, he had to distance himself. Before leaving, he could help but place a kiss on the latter's forehead and brush his hands through the ginger strands. Even in his drunken state, he was still head over heels for his friend. Good night. He stroked Minnie's cheek once and picked up his pillow, leaving the room off for the couch and missing the smile that traced the other's lips. And that is what the other says. Okay. Good 15 minutes. That is all for this time. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe ask some questions of what to put up. I will not do PewDiePie or PewDieCry. I'm still looking up on Cry right now, okay? I'll see you guys later. Peace out.